Welcome back, Nation. This is the look at the Earbook CD edition of the 40th anniversary Hell Awaits from Slayer. This is what is in this particular edition. There are differences between this edition and the 3LP set that I showed in the unboxing. For starters, this doesn't have the same extras. Tour program and the press releases and that kind of stuff, that's not in this. You obviously don't have a slip mat in the CD edition, obviously. Don't know why I said a word twice, but you get the point. The extra upon extras are not included, and the vinyl specific stuff's not here. And so this is, I mean, it's got cool stuff, but there's more in the vinyl edition. Now, I don't think I've ever done this talking about price. This was $85 from Metal Blade's website, and the vinyl edition was $125. I don't do that 1 penny subtraction. So there's quite a difference in the price, and that partially explains the extras in that other edition. Now, the vinyl doesn't have the 40th anniversary branding on the front cover. It just has the regular, and I will show that in that video more closely. You've got the 40th anniversary branding on the spine, and you have the standard rear cover. So you have a lot of the same from other editions, as far as, you know, front and back packaging and all that. That's the poster. One side of it, and then you've got a tour poster, a tour image on the other side, and obviously the other editions are just, it's the size. That's the difference between those. And you start with the, you've got photos, and they do song titles and lyrics. And then more photos, and then the write-up, Kill Again, the story of the album, going into detail with band members, with management, with people who are on the tour, Brian Slagle, and it is rather expansive. And this is the kind of stuff that I specifically buy these editions for, because you've got it not in an internet page type of format. You've got it where you can physically hold it and read it, and that's the kind of stuff that I like. And then you've got more photos after that. Yeah, interviewees: Brian Slagle, Kerry King, Tom Araya, Bill Metoyer, Chris Riefert, Paul Bostaph, Gary Holt, Phil Dremel, Gene Hoglan. So you've got producers, you've got management, you've got fans, you've got the band members. Bochum, I'm butchering the pronunciation of that probably, so don't hold it against me. But the live show is from June the 18th, 1985. So it's on their first tour, which they claim to be unreleased. I don't know if any bootlegs of this particular show exist. They might, because where the source came from, I don't know. But whoever that Oliver is that was thanked in the credits, there you go, on the focus. That's where they got that particular concert. Now, the only problem with this is, you know, these disc holders, it's hard to get them in and out, and yeah, that's a common thing as an issue for specialty packaging, besides dual cases or digipacks. So I would suggest, if you're going to listen to these and not just rip them digitally and listen to them in another front, but you're actually going to listen to the discs, put them in another sleeve so that you can get them in and out without risk of damage or scratch or anything like that. Because that's just a personal annoyance for me. Maybe it's not a big deal to others, but it is for me. So you've got Hello Eights, the full album. They're stating on the sticker that it's original master from the original tape. I didn't listen to the whole thing, but I listened enough. It sounds really good. I only listened to it on a shitty setup because I was just demoing and wasn't going to go in a more elaborate setup. It sounds really good on the setup that I put it on. I don't know if it's remastered. It's the same, 44 kilohertz, 16-bit, 1.4 megabits per second data and statistics for my silly little display counter on my Blu-ray unit that I played this on. So I'm not sure. I don't have any audio equipment and dive into levels and all that. That's a technical side that I'm not going to get into. But it does sound really good. There is one difference, is that there's a different runtime of a second. I have a CD version that I bought in 2007 based on the 2004 reissue or repressing of the album on CD that's got a runtime of 37 minutes 11 seconds. I have another edition that I bought last year just because of a different packaging. It's the same disc with the same runtime. The track kill again adds an extra second. On my older versions, it's 4 minutes 56 seconds. This one, it's 4:57. And again, that's the technical side that is beyond me, and I'm not able to get into that side of it. That's just something that I observed. But bottom line is, it does sound really good. Not a whole lot of difference between the older versions on CD, but it sounds really good. So if you're buying this, and I'm not making suggestions because I don't do that kind of thing, I'm just presenting the packages in front of me. That's all that I do. You make your own decisions. But if you want the book, you want that information, or you want the poster, or you want the live, and you want to have it physically, those are the reasons to consider yay or nay. The album itself, I mean, you got a different label with a mock-up of the original Axe logo from when this was new, and if you bought a CD version over the last 20-30 years of this, you'd have the album art as the disc label art. But for the live concert, I mean, that's classic of this band and the set list of that era. So if you like that era, that's where it's worth it. And for example, I just bought the Heaven and Hell 2007 to 2009 set. Why did I buy it? Because I've got the Devil You Know, and I've got the extra stuff. I bought it because of the live DVD or Blu-ray with that concert footage. So here's another reason. You get it for the live stuff. And I mean, it's an audience recording from back then. You have to give leniency on that, on top of the fact that it is, yes, a recording from 1985. On the second disc, there's a little bit of hiss in the opening on Black Magic, but that doesn't last through the whole track. But given some allowances, the live material here does sound really good. The instrumentation is clear. You can hear Dave pounding away on his drum kit. You can hear Tom, and you can actually understand what he's saying and what he's singing. It's not a microphone picking up the audio through a brick wall. So you can hear it, and it's not a garbled mess. You know, it's no 40-year-old cassette, played 1,000 times, and this is all that's left as a result. So it's certainly listenable in that regard. Does it sound like, Decade of Aggression, for example? No. But again, the source from that, which again, that's an official release years later after this period, you got better equipment, and they had the intent of recording and releasing those shows. This, the source is kind of unknown, but it is listenable. So it's not one of those. It's not a thrown together thing as an enticement because it was unreleased, but it sounds like shit. So you'll listen to it once, say that it sounds like shit, and then never listen to it again. You could listen to this as a full concert, especially if you appreciate the band from this era, which of course I do. So just something to keep in mind. And there you have it. That's my ramblings on this edition. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the LP version. That'll be a lot more in depth. I will have stills of all the interviews at the end of this. So if you're interested in reading what's in the book, I will show that I didn't go through that in this portion, mostly for time, because my 40th on Show No Mercy was close to an hour, and I didn't want to do that, especially doing two different editions. That's a, it's too much of me talking. So thank you, and stay tuned for more.